Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, August 11th, and thank you so much for joining into our weekly PPACA webinars. We're starting to get into our busy season, so we'll have a lot of information moving forward as we get closer to open enrollment, which starts November. Let's just start quickly with the new folks on our call. We do have a couple. For those of you that are new, my name is Deb Wilkinson, and I'm the VP of the Health Plan Options department here at URL, and happy to help you with all of your PPACA questions and service issues, anything that you have a question on, I'm happy to help you. If you have questions during this webinar, you can ask them in a couple of ways. You can go to your control panel on the right side of your screen and click on the little hand icon, and that will raise your hand. I'll unmute you at the end of the webinar, and you can ask your question live, or you can type your questions into the question box on the control panel. So without further ado, let's just get right into the agenda. I did talk last week about the FSM certification. It is now open. You obtain or access the training by going to portal.cms.gov. There is a number that you can call. If you don't have access to that, let me know. If you need to reset your password for this year, if you took your testing last year, you're going to be automatically enrolled in the individual refresher course. You are not, it won't auto enroll you into the SHOP course, and as with the last 3 years, only the SHOP agreement is required if you want to sell SHOP in Pennsylvania on the exchange. I did keep the PowerPoint, the instructional PowerPoint that I put together as a handout, so you can access that from the control panel as well. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know. Speaking of carrier portals, portal cms.gov, I encourage you to go out to those carrier portals and make sure that your login credentials work. It's better to do it now while we have some time, and we can get the carriers to reset or assist you in getting those logins fixed. But please do it now rather than later so that we can help you get those passwords from the carriers. Last week I mentioned the Highmark On Exchange Alliance Flex 2100 plans. There was a discrepancy on Marketplace with the summaries of benefits of coverage, so they issued a special election period which lasts 60 days from the date of the letter. The Highmark folks in this plan on, again, only on exchange, have the option to call Highmark, call the Marketplace, change their plan moving forward, do nothing, or call the Marketplace and have them backdate the changes back to the effective date, the original effective date of their policy, and then the premium will be refunded and they'll owe the premium for the balance, well, for the entire period of coverage. So there are a couple options. I've also included a sample letter on this special election period in your handouts as well. I also mentioned last week about the Walmart opportunity that CMS HHS is offering. It is in this newsletter this week, so if you have an interest in sitting in a Walmart and helping people write on Marketplace individual coverage, check out that link in my newsletter and make application. I do know that you have to have completed your FFM certification prior to applying for the opportunity. On to the next bullet point. Again, I did mention this last week about the Aetna group, the Aetna funding advantage. It does now go down to 6 lives as of 10/1 effective date. I did neglect to mention that there is a $50 per member bonus. So that could mean some good bucks for you. So if you have an interest in seeing these rates or seeing the programs, send over your quote request. I can tell you that the 2 to 50 market, they're saying, is very, very competitive in this product, and that's what we've experienced. But They will tell you the 51 to 100 is not yet competitive, but they're working towards that. FFM certificates, where do you send them? Well, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is that CCIIO, which is another government organization, has, in all of their wisdom, decided that they will have a central location where every carrier, every marketplace entity can go and check out every agent that's certified to verify that they did certify. So that's the good news. The better news is that at least 2 of the carriers have confirmed that they will go this route, that you do not have to provide the FFM certificates, and that's Capital and Aetna. Aetna did suggest that you still go into Producer World and make sure your NPN and all your information is up to date, but they will be pooling these reports. The bad news is that I did receive information from Highmark yesterday that they will be going through that Sales Sentinel process again, where you have to go in, log in, do your ethics course, and then upload your FFM certificates. So unfortunately, that's the bad news. And you know, we still don't have the Sales Sentinel information. So if you have completed your certification, hang on to your certificate until the information is released. Again, just keep in mind that it's not a pressing issue. You just have to make sure they're uploaded in time for the 11/1 sales season. Let's see what else I have. Medicare Connection Seminar. Wanted to remind you that every year the Medicare Offerings Department puts on this Medicare Connection Seminar where you can sit in a room from 8 to 4 with all of the carriers that offer MA programs, etc., and get a first look at these programs. The seminar is on September 1st. It's at the Hershey Lodge, and if you want to register, you go to our website and you can either get to the training one of 2 ways. You can come down here to upcoming training and events, click on the event calendar. If you scroll down to September 1st, you can click on the Medicare Connections and register now. Another way to access the registration is to, if my system will catch up with me, is to go back to your home page, and within these scrolling marquees, you can find the Medicare Connections and click on that as well. Register here. I also wanted to, while I'm on the site, bring your attention to the FFM resource page that we have on our website. So if you go to Departments and Health Plan Options, if you just scroll over here to FFM Resources, you'll see the 2017 privacy notices, you'll see the shop user guides, shop enrollment videos, gosh, what's a popular one? The household size and income guidelines, reporting changes on healthcare.gov, subsidy calculator. So there are a lot of resources on our website that we put on there to help you with some of those questions. Also, this upload submitted applications, this is going to be expanded, and I know we've talked about this in previous years, but this segment right here is going to be so important moving forward, because clearly we cannot rely on the carrier commission statements to pick up cases that you wrote. So the more we know, the better we can track, and the better we can assure you that the commissions will be paid. So that's just my warning of the day. So we'll get back to the agenda. To continue the FFM certificates, I will have additional information when I get the information from the carriers, Geisinger, etc., on where you need to send these, or if you need to send them, I will add them to the newsletter. But at this point, I don't have any other information other than what I shared already. Talk to you about the resource page. Keep that in mind. I will be adding to it as necessary. Talked about the Medicare Connections. And now we're down to renewals. And I did talk to you about this last week as well. You know, 12/1 renewals are coming out. Highmark is releasing their 12/1 renewals on or around the 26th of August. Now, keep in mind, that's what they say, and Capital around September 1st. So we are going to be starting to work on those 12/1 renewals, and I would just encourage you, if you have a lot of 12/1 group renewals, which we all do, to try to get the information in as quickly as possible so that we can secure these coverages and move on to the next renewing group, because as we all know, seems the group segment, everyone renews 12/1 now. As a reminder, Aetna on their 10/1, 11/1, and 12/1 dates, they will have the like it, keep it option. So those non-PPACA, the grandmothered groups, will be given an extension option. Capital, they are not extending the like it, keep it option, and that's been since renewal dates of 6/1 moving forward. So any Capital group that's on a grandmothered plan as of 6/1 renewal will have to transition to an ACA plan. So let us quote that for you. Highmark will allow you to keep your grandmothered plan. They want to keep these grandmothered programs within their systems, so they're going to be working closely with us, and we'll work closely with you to see if that's the the best option for your clients. And typically a grandmothered group is, for the most part, where they need to stay. And again, for 7/1 to 12/1 effective dates or renewal dates. Aetna termination policy, this is starting with 10/1 effective dates. Again, with these renewal processes, they said that if they do not have written renewal acceptance by the renewal date, that they will start termination processes. So just keep that in mind. We've got to get these renewals in quickly and get that information to the carrier quickly so that it's not going to disrupt coverage in any way. And then that brings us up to the next to the last bullet point, and that is our Gemini Partners bonus pool. If you are a Gemini partner, you know all about this group bonus pool. If you are not, you can go to our website or give me a call. I'm happy to talk to you about the program. But specific to the Gemini partners, on the group health segment, there is a shared bonus pool. It is $50,000, and that will be distributed based on the submission of your business through the end of the year, and that's going to be split amongst all of the Gemini partners that submit group programs. So that's a good bump to anyone's income, and if you, again, have interest in learning more about it, let me know. That brings us up to the open forum. Our next webinar, of course, is next Thursday, the 18th of August. I can hardly believe it's already mid-August, but we will be back here at 9:30 next Thursday. So let's just see what kind of questions we have. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention, again, as soon as I get that information for the certifications and where to send your certs, I will let you know. At this point, on the under 65 segment, the carriers do not require additional carrier-specific training. So just want you to know that. Highmark, and I wanted to mention this, I apologize, Highmark is bringing back their online enrollment for 2017. They took it away last year. So again, make sure you know your Highmark logins for their site, because if you want to get paid from Highmark, you have to submit online. And remember, Highmark also requires you to certify even if you want to sell their off-exchange programs. Bill says Walmart Opportunity does require a commitment of 20 hours a week each week of open enrollment. That's good to know, Bill. Thank you. So hopefully everyone understands that. Elise mentioned something, and I'm going to bring you back here to our, sorry about that, give me a second, to our home page, departments, health plan options. Right underneath the FFM resources is our group health resources page. And this page is awesome. So if you do group health with us, you're going to see the carriers that we do. and every single thing you need for every single group size that you have and what is required for submission. So that's a great resource page that Lisa and her team put together. So use it or give us a call. And let's get back to the questions. Dave says, for HSA contribution limits, can an individual who covers his children on an HSA plan be considered a family and thus be able to contribute $67.50 per year in 2016? Yes, anything other than a single is a family, Dave. So yes, and for 2017, it's $6,750. And that is, I'm trying to remember what it was for, oh, it's the same. So $67.50 contribution for family, that's the same as 2016. It will be the same in 17. And did Capital and Highmark make any decisions yet for commissions on FFM enrollments? Ed, they did not. I've heard from both of them that they are planning to pay. But of course, the $2 question is how much. You know, that's my own personal joke, and a bad one at that. So Ed, I don't know those decisions yet. I just know that they have told me that they are planning on paying during open enrollment. Obviously, we can all just assume that during special election period that commissions will cease. And that's it. Those are our questions for today. As always, I really appreciate everyone joining in. Keep tuning in or keep registering, because if you can't make it on a Thursday, you will get a recording. And as we move closer to November 1st, there is going to be a lot more information we're going to need to share and discuss. So tune in if you can. If you can't, just register and you'll still get the information. Or, of course, call me. Thank you again, and please have a wonderful balance of the week. Stay cool. It's going to be a scorcher, and please enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.